wanted to take a couple minutes today to show some just basic functions that we can use to use this new phone system. The two main things I want to address is just how to get into your contact list effectively, because it's a little bit of a slow process right now because there's some software issues. And the second thing I want to address is if your microphone is not responding when you click the button. So we'll address those things now. So one thing that some people have had some issues with is when they've gone in to click their microphone. So in this case, they click the button to try and communicate, nothing happens. So you click the button and normally it would contact the first person that you have highlighted here, which is one other thing that we'll talk about in a little bit, how long it takes to get the contacts to actually start working and functioning. That's an issue that the manufacturer Sonim is working on right now, but until then, basically what happens with this part of it, with the phone contacts, it just takes a while when you go into your phone book here by pressing the center button. With the first time you go into it, it takes it a good 20 to 30 seconds before you can actually use it to navigate through the menus. And then once you're able to navigate then up and down, left and right, you can get to where you need to if you're trying to search for a specific contact. So like, let's say I was trying to call bus number 310. I could type it in, press my down arrow here to select it, and then push my call button on the side of the mic to make that call. So what I wanted to show in this video is this instances when you click your mic, the button doesn't do anything. It could be a couple of different things. One thing you can check is make sure that this little wire leading into the bottom of the microphone, or the bottom of the amplifier from the microphone, is all the way in there, that it's not falling out. The other thing is there's a wire that leads from the side of the phone here, and it comes to the back of this amplifier, and it's plugged in on the bottom of the 3 wires that are plugged in here. The top one here is the power. The second one down is what leads to the speaker, which in my case is mounted right there. And the bottom one is this wire here. So the wire that's leading from the side of the phone, again, to the bottom of the thing back here. So sometimes if your microphone is not responding when you click the button, and you've checked that it's connected right here properly, what I want you to try to do is follow that little wire back there to the back of your amplifier, unplug that wire, and this is what it looks like. It's kind of a sideways headphone jack style plug, like you would see on a regular phone, at least an old style phone. And so unplug that and then plug it right back in, and make sure you feel it click all the way in when you plug it in. And so then I'm gonna go back into my contact list here, and just for the sake of not interrupting anyone, I'm gonna dial my handheld phone that I use. And so now I've highlighted that, and so I've unplugged that, plugged it back in, and it's still not working. So there we go. So sometimes it doesn't respond immediately, and so you can test it by holding it in and then releasing it, pressing it, and holding it again. And again, in this situation, it's doing the voice message because my handheld is back at the office and it's not turned on right now. If you ever see this message where it says voice message, that means one of two things. Either the phone that you're trying to call or the bus that you're trying to call has their phone turned off, or they are on a current call right now and they are not getting the message, so you can literally leave a voice message with them. We'll show in another video on how to retrieve those messages if you happen to get one from another driver, because it's not super intuitive on how to get those. But I hope this helps with the basics of what's going on if your mic isn't responding when you try to key the button. And if you have other questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have.